Welcome to Back Talk. All right, so welcome to Back Talk, episode 20-something. We won't keep counting no more, but we're going to keep going. Today, we are talking about what, C. Rich?
Hey, man, let's get on this Erykah Badu situation. Let's go ahead and jump into this.
Jump right in? Okay.
So, me personally, I'm going to go ahead and get my take first. I don't have no problem with nothing she said, honestly.
What did she say?
I don't.
Tell the people what she said.
Okay, let me pull up the direct quote. I don't want to make up nothing. But
loosely translated.
So basically, what she was saying was she had an interview with a guy named Marchese, and she said something regarding Hitler and how he had good art.
Right. But put it in context. Why does she was saying that she saw good in everybody, right?
Exactly. Okay. And before that, she mentioned Farrakhan and his following and what he did for his people.
What did she say about the Honorable Louis Farrakhan?
Okay. So I go to Palestine, and journalists ask me, "Do you believe in Louis Farrakhan? Do you follow him?" "Sure, I do," she said. "I follow anyone who has positive aspects. He single-handedly changed half of the nation of Islam to clean eating, clean living, and caring for families."
That's all
major.
facts.
Hey, so then that's when she went into the whole Hitler situation, which is strike one. Strike two, people were mad because she was talking about Bill Cosby and how she feels that he's innocent, I guess, until proven guilty concept.
Yeah.
No, what she said was he's sick, and she was like, sick people need help. She didn't say he was innocent. What she was saying was he was in pain. He was quote unquote sick. You get what I'm saying? So she was like, she wants to look out for the people who were quote unquote assaulted, but she won't look out for him too. But go ahead.
Yeah, she
didn't say he was
said
innocent.
she was a humanist to the point
Right,
where
she wasn't.
Okay,
she wanted to condemn him.
positive for
All right,
everyone.
We got you. Go ahead.
But people take that the wrong way and basically getting mad with her for one because she's seeing good in other people that
have faults.
People deem evil.
Right.
So a lot of people don't like that. And then with the whole Me Too thing going on and sexual assaults, people are really against what she's saying. Me personally, I don't have nothing to say. Erykah Badu always speaks. She say what's real.
She's anti-groupthink. That's why I love
exactly.
her.
She thinks differently, and a majority of shit she says, I be on.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, you got to.
sometimes.
This is the age of trolling right now. So I mean, that's what we do.
I'm not against a good troll. If you funny and witty about it, I can. I see what she was going with it.
She starts conversation.
Yeah, she sparked the conversation. I would say, and what she was saying, she not wrong. In the sense that you can see the good or the positive in people. Louis Farrakhan once said that Hitler was a great man. And he said he gave the context in what he was saying, that great just meant that this was somebody who was able to influence people and sway people's their mindset, their perspective, to the point where he was able to galvanize people to complete a certain mission.
He was a great leader.
He was a great leader. So in saying that doesn't mean you necessarily agree with what that the purpose of his movement was, but it is to say that you can see the positive in people or take aspects from people that you may be able to use in a positive light that they use in the negative. That's all.
Exactly. Like one of my mentors, Malik Till, she always says that, like, when she does her podcast, she's like, I'm not telling you how to feel. Take what you need, throw the rest away. And I try to apply that to life. Like, whenever you see anything, somebody telling you something, you don't have to take it as gospel. Just be like, all right, I F with this part of it. I don't F with that part of it. But as we were saying, like, Erykah Badu is very anti-groupthink. And, like, one of the quotes I found from her in an article talking about groupthink, she says, they move in packs, ingesting more and more fear with every act of hate on one another. They feel most comfortable in groups, less guilty to swallow. They are us. This is what we have become, afraid to respect the individual. And I just think she's very, like, pro-be an individual, pro-think for yourself. So it's not something you should be mad at. She just has her own mind, and she's not afraid to speak on it.
True.
It ain't much to say on it. Like,
right.
that's that woman's opinion. I ain't gonna, weigh in too much on it. I disagree
with what?
I disagree with giving props to any European that committed that
atrocity.
Lord.
We can look at it's so many examples of great leadership.
God.
We don't have to bring up you know, the positive in somebody like
Donald
Hitler.
Trump was
I
a
don't-
great financier.
Exactly. You can, well, not necessarily.
Man, here we go,
'Cause he,
man.
He's
He
went
did
bankrupt
We don't need to
many
get on this.
times.
We're not gonna get on this.
Honestly,
Yeah, fuck
You gotta fail. You ain't gonna
there
always
are
be
some-
100%.
I'll say this. I'll
Nah,
say this.
You
Hitler
ain't gonna go-
failed.
you ain't gonna go
Hitler
for 10 for
failed in
10.
a major way, though. Don't do that.
Trump did something that was, you know, he used what the current climate to galvanize people to vote for him. So in that way, you can look at what he did and say there was something
was
positive in
successful.
that. You know,
All
he
right,
was successful.
But fuck Trump though. So
Yeah.
what else is popping? Everybody been talking about Amara La Negra, and I'm sure you guys have seen the beauty on Love and Hip Hop Miami.
She's so
She
beautiful,
is
man.
beautiful.
Shout out to Miami.
And not just physically. Like I like what she has to say, but recently went on the Breakfast Club, and a lot of people had a lot to say about the interview she had, and what specifically Charlemagne and DJ Envy had to say. Sean, I think you saw the interview, right?
Of course. Shout out to Amara.
La Negra.
Yeah, you can hit me at.
Don't do that.
Oh
Nah,
my
but
God.
it was a dope interview. I guess, you know.
You guess?
She.
was
I say I guess
informative.
because, you know, I kind of already knew a lot of the information. Of course, you know, why I say of course, that's real. I need to
'Cause you cocky.
humble myself.
That's it.
I saw the interview. Of course, I know some of what she was talking about as far as Afro Latina. I grew up in Miami, so I'm knowing that it's a lot of, you know, black people who speak Spanish.
Exactly.
Like I see them. I know if you actually know, like the majority of a lot of Cuba is full of black folks.
Yeah.
A lot of Dominican Republic is majority black folk. It's
I'm gonna cut you off. Real
yeah.
fast. The thing is, why people think the way they do, because people don't get out. That's one of the
Yes,
main
world
reasons.
traveler, let 'em know,
People don't
serious.
know. They don't see like
Our perspective is
They're not exposed to
stuck into
different.
Exactly.
America to where
Exactly.
we think the majority of the globe is white because it's like that
Exactly.
in America.
That's
man,
what
it's
the
black
man
people
want us to
everywhere,
think.
man.
Most of
They
the white
everywhere.
people are you know placed in places like America and Western Europe, but
Oh,
the
that's a
majority
good
of the
point.
world is black or brown.
But you
Right.
won't know until you actually go there and see
You
it and
gotta
be
see
like,
it for
wow.
yourself instead of taking
Exactly.
the man's word. That is
Exactly.
so true.
1/3 of the population.
Ooh.
Right. They want us to think we're the minority, but we're really the majority, especially that beautiful, deep, you know, chocolate tone. Shout out to my dark skinned girls.
So the reason why you have a lot of, you know, dark people on that continent is, well, actually, just in that area is because that's the first place that the slaves went to. So
Where?
into the islands, the Caribbeans. They were brought to the islands, or they were brought to. That's why the second largest landmass with the most black people is South America. They were brought to the Caribbeans in South America. Very rarely were they brought straight to America. If you didn't know that, a lot of us. Okay.
What is
so-
that? The mid-Atlantic slave trade? Is that what that is? What is that?
Listen, I don't want to pull my receipts because wasn't that keen on my
Oh,
history,
man.
but I
Oh,
know they
man.
did come up like from the Caribbean.
So
South
basically,
America.
and this is one thing that I don't like. I'm gonna say
What?
this about supposed Afro Latina culture is that they take on a lot of what the Europeans did. Like that culture, you know, speaking Spanish, that's the oppressor's language.
Oh, Lord.
Like I don't look at it like here in America we speak English. I
English,
don't
that's the
call
oppressor's
myself
language.
an English person. I don't
Yeah,
identify
yeah,
with
yeah.
English culture in England.
But we
That's
speak
just the language
English.
that I speak. But
So
my
what-
culture is totally separate from just the language that I speak.
What does that have to do with Afro Latina speaking
Because
Spanish?
a lot of the Afro Latina, you know, brothers and sisters from Dominican, I remember specifically there was a dude, one of my friends, a close friend of mine in Miami, who was Dominican, and he did not identify with nothing black. He just thought he was a
And see, that's what the
dark-skinned
problem. That's what the problem
Hispanic.
is, because since they're not aware, a lot of people don't claim
It's ignorance.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're
They don't
ignorant.
know their history.
She's aware of what's going on,
I
but
see
most
that
people
Trying to
about her.
enlighten
Yeah,
y'all.
I see
exactly,
her.
but most people are not. So that's where it creates some type of conflict with their community and everybody else's.
All right, so yeah.
I mean, they don't see. I would say a lot of them don't see themselves as black.
Yeah.
They don't want to. I mean, a lot of people, even people from Western Africa or people who come from Africa, are told not to identify with Black Americans
Right.
because
But
they
can-
see it. Because there's a lot of they see and they know a lot of what we go through. They don't want to go through.
They don't want to identify with us.
Right.
But can we focus on Amara La Negra? Because we know the struggle. We know the whole history of it. But I think what's great is that you have this woman on a major platform who is trying to enlighten people. People just want to bash her and they want to go back to groupthink essentially, and they just want to go with what somebody else told them. But she's like bold and beautiful, literally, and she's willing to like let people know. So I just think it's a great thing. Like somebody has to carry the flag, and clearly it's gonna be her. And people pay attention because she's beautiful and she's on Love and Hip Hop.
But I would say carry the flag for what? Like what purpose are you pushing?
For enlightenment, for exposure, clearly, because she has her own motive. She wants to cross over from the Latin music market to American, so she's getting something out of it. I'm not just saying she just crusade, but she didn't have to do that. She could have just set cute and been on Love and Hip Hop. She didn't have to speak boldly and like challenge what's being told to her, because this is the life she's lived according to her. Like people always saying, why do you look this way? Why do you act this way? Why can't you be, what they say, more Shakira and less Macy Gray or whatever they said? So I get it. I just think it's great. So, I mean, I'm just loving it, and I feel like it's a great thing because we need that exposure. And one more time, shout out to dark-skinned girls.
Preach.
But again, I would shout out to the dark skins, of course. Damn, that's fucked up. The dark skins.
Make sure you edit that
I'm
shit
dark.
out.
Yeah.
What the fuck? All right, so we wanted to talk about, we know, we're not going to call it cuffing season because...
That already done passed,
Right,
man.
cuffing season already passed, but we're mid-season, let's just say that. So either you cuffed or not. But for those of you who may have missed the draft, we want to help y'all out for next time. Listen, I'm with you.
I like that. Okay.
So those who missed the draft, we just want to help you out for maybe next time, because you know it's going to start warming up. You know, you can start tweaking.
Sundress season, boy,
I mean, you could
spring
twerk too.
break.
Yes. So we want to talk about like how to approach, you know, or what you are your go-tos or whatever. I don't know. I'll let the guys speak on it. But basically, like, we just want to help you out and stepping your game up. So next cuffing season, you could be cuffed.
Ooh.
So
Well, you want me to give advice to the ladies on how to get...
we don't need you to tell us what to do. You tell the men what to do. That's y'all problem. We can talk to you.
man.
I got the ladies. You talk to the men.
Well, I can give both. Because, you know, the women want to know what men are looking for.
Okay, so
when they
let's
out
start
here.
out this way. How to approach a woman in 2018. You're a man, so go.
I would say you don't do the on-street approach.
On street,
Whoa,
what's that?
hold on.
Yeah, you don't. So if you walking down the street and you may see a young lady that you like,
Oh, a
Hey,
literal
mom.
street.
Hey, mom.
yeah, don't
Hey,
do that.
shawty.
Because right now you in a climate where they considering that shit street harassment.
We gonna get
Yeah.
defensive.
Women are on some
Yes,
other shit right
yes,
now when it
yes.
comes to that.
Me too.
So yeah, I would say the street approach ain't the right place. Always, I give this tip to the fellas: always be unassuming. You know, when you approach a young lady. We're gonna talk about my favorite places to approach and the worst places.
We ain't
you know,
get there
and
yet,
we're gonna
though.
get into that, and I think that'll tie into what I'm saying. But definitely, when you approach a woman, you know, keep the shit lighthearted. You ain't gotta go in for the attack. Now, one place, if you're driving and you see somebody, you make eye contact. One thing I used to do is roll my window down real quick and
You
say,
stalker.
Get that quick game. It ain't no stop.
Oh, my
Stalker.
God.
You
bro.
roll your window down, somebody else roll their window down. Hey, what's your name? Where you heading to? Hey, dial this number real quick.
That has
You
worked
talk
for
to
you?
them. Yes, that's worked on multiple occasions.
I need to
So,
try that.
You
then,
know,
man.
All right, see, Rich, how to approach a
be
woman
spontaneous,
in
be
2018.
So
confident.
you guys know I've been in the dating game for a minute, so
Damn.
I'm rusty on that. Rusty on that
What do you mean
approach.
out of the dating game? You said you've been in it.
Well, yeah, okay. I've been out of. Okay, that's the correct term. I've been out of the
You been
dating
moved up,
scene,
what
so
he
you
saying.
know. Me personally, I struggle because
Not struggle.
I honestly can't say because nowadays it's different when you're approaching women. I don't know, like, because if you too nice, girls take it the wrong
Like,
way.
he
If you come on
lame.
if you come on too hard, it's like I don't know. I honestly don't know what women
So
like.
what you're saying is
women
you
like.
don't know what to tell them.
I don't know what to tell you. I can be like, hey, how you doing? Like, my name's Kristen. You know, what's good? Like, what's
Yeah.
your name? How you doing? Like,
So you saying be yourself essentially.
comment. Yeah, just that's
Come
all you
as
can
you
do.
are.
That's all you can do. And if she don't like it, then it's like, damn.
Then
Oh well.
F it. Basically,
On to the next one. Shoot as many shots as possible. That's how we doing in 2018. I mean, shit.
Okay.
not shoot as many shots.
Shoot as many shots as
That's
possible.
how you
bro.
got to get your confidence
Exactly.
up. You ain't gonna you know.
Is that how that works?
Yeah,
So
man.
I feel like, see, that lets me be happy about not acknowledging every man to try and holler at me because I'm just a shot. He was shooting. He not really feeling me. He just no. That's exactly what
That's
y'all
not what I
just
was
said.
saying.
Because if you get denied, you don't want to stop shooting shots. That's what I'm saying. You don't get denied a lot of
You
times.
said shoot as many shots.
Yes, if
Until
in the
you hit
concept,
one.
yeah, when you hit one, then you stop. Once you hit a shot,
What do you?
if you don't ever hit one, you keep shooting. That's what I'm saying.
I feel you.
I
I'm
mean,
just
for
messing
some
with
of
you.
us, you know, we like
Y'all
That's like
shooting.
that's like basketball. You miss a shot, you keep shooting until you warm up, until you make some.
And
Soon
some of
as you-
y'all make a basket and make another basket and
Look,
make
I'm
another
a
basket.
hey, shout out to them, shout out to them.
Y'all
But if you making them, then you doing something good. But I
you
mean,
right.
go with one when you make one.
yeah.
You know,
All right. So for me, how to approach a man in 2018.
man. Listen, females don't even. That's my look.
Can I
I'ma
can I
get-
talk? Can I
Look,
talk?
females don't
Can I
even
talk?
approach guys
Can I
nowadays,
talk?
man. That's
Go ahead, go ahead.
That's the next one.
That's
we're gonna get to.
bothersome.
We
Go
gonna-
ahead.
Right now, we're assuming we do. We're just gonna say like if I did. Right?
Hey, let me just say, I didn't
Why
get.
can't never? You see what I mean?
The only
My
time
bad.
they're
No, let me
approaching is
say-
if he got clout, pretty much. That's the only
Let
time
me
they're
say
approaching.
this.
That's the
My
next one.
my
Do
approach
you
is very
first?
situational. So when we get into the places, then we can get into more of how
Why
I'm
did
gonna
you even
give
have
y'all.
to say that?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Can the female talk?
Go ahead.
All right. So how to approach a man in 2018? I would say probably not. But if you do,
Oh, man.
I'm saying like generally speaking. So let me be serious. How to approach a man in 2018? I would say like in a comfortable space. Like I have been known to be like more forward. Like I'm not afraid to talking to a guy first. Like in a setting of, I don't know him, never talked to him. So I would say in a safe space, meaning that we have mutual friends or we're out at a spot where we know people. So that could be wherever you want, like church, club, I don't know, retreat. Like I would only approach a guy like if I had some type of safe space or like somebody that knew him, if that makes sense.
Why?
I get that. Go ahead.
Why?
Go ahead. Tell her
Why?
Yeah. Because you only gonna know a handful of people, to be honest.
But I think that has something to do with safety.
But we
I don't think you're going.
No, it does. It does.
I don't think a female should be approaching a guy in
It's
a
too much of a
platform
risk.
or a place that she's not comfortable in, or just
Right.
random. Like we can just go somewhere and just be like, "Hey, shoot the shot."
right.
Them, not today, bro.
And I'm speaking from Kay's perspective. Like I travel by myself a lot. You get what I'm saying? So when I say somewhere I know, like, okay, my homeboy works here, or I've been to this bar a few times.
Somewhere you familiar
like, it's
with,
some
yeah.
type of familiar space.
I
And that's
got
just as
you.
a single woman, that's just how we operate, period, even if you don't say it. Like, you're not going to you're going to randomly be somewhere you've never been before, but somebody you don't know, and just be like, hey, what's your phone number? Unless he really, really just giving you them vibes where it's like, all right, I feel like I can go
So
into this
somebody
situation.
you don't know, but they in the spot that you usually go to.
Exactly.
is-
Right, that's
comfortable in.
more. It makes it more likely
Okay.
because
I can feel
I'm in
that.
my comfort zone. I'm not completely out of my element. Because most women, just to face it, don't approach men anyway. So if we do, we got to have some type of comfort level. You get what I'm saying? So for me, that's how I feel. Like whatever that looks like, I would approach a man where I'm comfortable.
So Ray, let's get into these platforms, into where we approach these women,
Okay.
or where it's safe.
Slide into them
I'm gonna
DMs.
let you go ahead first and go ahead and put it out.
I
there.
mean, no. So you want to start with the social media game, or you want to be in
Ooh,
person?
Nah, we gonna wait. for social
Hey,
media,
y'all
bro.
don't
That's
know
a whole
yet,
nother
but
level.
I got a book I'm working on for the fellas.
What you mean? Oh, like places? You mean?
Places, as in like, where we go.
Best places to run your game and shoot your shot.
So the number one spot, it's a go-to, man. It's fail safe. It's the grocery store.
Y'all test this and let us
Whole
know.
Foods and Sprouts,
Whole
specifically
Foods,
for me,
Sprouts,
Or the farmer's market.
or the farmers market.
Farmers market, man. That's
Walmart
the
is a
easiest
no-go.
place. The easiest place.
Why? How?
Because your
I'm
guard
taking
is down. let me tell you why. Because while you're doing your shopping, I may look in your cart, or I may have a genuine question about
ass.
something that I
Why you
I'm
with my
looking
grocery
for.
cart? Why you
Something
my
that
grocery cart?
I'm peeping what you got in your. Oh,
Why?
you got a little
Mind your business.
Gardein. I see you got your
What's
Beyond
that?
Beef.
Like, yeah, how you
dig?
liking that? Like,
Hey,
is it good?
What,
You know?
what that tastes like?
Your
I've
veggie
been
burger?
I've been trying to
Exactly.
get into the vegan.
See, and then you already know she healthy, which is one good sign.
Exactly.
She like a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's really important to me. Like,
Yeah, you can
that's
see a
key.
lot in what people
Exactly.
Consume.
Yeah, what people got
Exactly.
in their cart. Maybe they got some herpes cream. You want to look at that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit that you look into the cart. What you looking
Oh
for?
my
All
god.
right, so number one spot, grocery store. What's number two?
I mean, let's build off the grocery store real
Okay.
quick. So with the grocery store, again, you're gonna ask about the product. Maybe you ask about, some shit that you looking for. That's gonna spark a
A point of
conversation.
connection. Gotcha.
And their guard is down. They not looking at you like somebody who trying to come at them like that. It's not the same as the club. You know what I'm saying? So
Listen, bro, if I'm in Sprouts, which I'm in almost weekly,
Yeah.
and you see something in my cart and you start talking to me about it, I'm gonna automatically think this is your end. Like, yeah, you use that as an end, but you're really trying to get at me.
but at the same time, I'm talking to you about something to where you're going to carry that conversation
You're right.
a quick
it's
second.
a common interest. You got it.
Absolutely. And now I got my time to step in there, give a
shoot
few
your shot.
jokes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in.
All right.
So again, that works. And it works on you. It worked on you probably in the past.
Okay,
Ain't never been a dude who came to you at the grocery store.
I told y'all I don't get approached. So no.
Damn, so maybe
my
you need to
God.
do the approaching.
Dudes
you need to
are
ask
afraid of
niggas
me.
about
All
what
right.
they got in their cart.
Where else? The grocery store.
I would say me on campus. Like,
That's your number one?
So college campus.
I don't think
That's
that's
your
number
number one.
grocery store. Definitely college campuses because you always interacting. Like I find it easy for
People
me.
everywhere.
I find it easier for me because especially if I got people in my classes, like that's easy because it's like,
It's the
hey,
comfort
y'all
zone.
can chop it up by work.
I mean, yeah.
Then they go from work to like what you doing, like and then you start getting to know that person. I done met several people that way, so that's the most comfortable spot for me as a college student.
Places of academic study.
Hey,
That's where you're supposed to be learning. You're not supposed to be throwing your shots around. But I feel you.
both.
I
We
feel
find
you.
You do
their
both.
husbands and
Yeah.
wives.
Exactly, your college sweethearts, man. But
Okay.
Shout out to UCF. Okay, so where else? You got grocery store.
I would say school too. I would say school. That was actually gonna be my number two.
What about people who are out of school though?
So let me throw two more out there then. Online, you
like
can.
a dating app. Didn't
I
you
wouldn't
just
say-
curse dating apps like 6 shows ago, 10 shows ago.
I would say no dating apps. I would say like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, where you can see how somebody is posting.
IG,
It's not always
specifically.
Yeah, IG. It's not
like the
always
main platform where I would shoot a
like,
shot.
It don't give you a screenshot of how all that person's personality. Of course, you're gonna find that out later, but you can get a snapshot into what somebody about
That's
just on
it.
their
On what they
Instagram,
post, right.
where they go, the type of places they go to,
How they dress,
what type of content they like,
what they eat,
what they eat.
what they
You
do
were
every
so
day.
worried about
what they
she
do every
eats.
You can
day.
go on that story.
You know what I'm saying?
That'll tell you
It's
everything you need to know.
You can
Oh,
find
hell no.
find a dude, too many dudes in that background.
Oh,
I ain't messing
exactly.
with,
Wait, so
you know?
pause. See, Rich, you
Go
said
ahead.
her IG story. What in a girl's IG story make you be like, hell no? Strip club?
She shaking her ass all the time.
So she's twerking in her
She
IG
always with
story.
niggas.
Sexual liberation, brother.
We're not even gonna get on that subject. I don't know. Or she posts like the same thing over and over and over.
What if it's her smiling over and over and over?
If
That's
her smile
boring.
beautiful, then it might make my day. So,
Too
I
much
mean,
love
look,
and hip hop talk on the Twitter timeline.
that too. Posting comments like,
Trashing
I don't need no niggas,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
niggas ain't
Fuck
about
bitches, all that. I don't want to see that.
Sometimes that's your mood, though.
But I don't want to see that.
Gotcha.
You feel me?
All right. Ray-Ban, what else you got?
I mean, I would say a art show, man.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? An art gallery. It's easy. 'cause
The High
you just-
Museum, bro.
Yeah. you stepping up into, you see
Okay.
her looking at some, you chop it up about it, you drop your little your anchor into it.
Hey, what about
Drop your anchor.
what about Starbucks?
Starbucks.
Ooh.
I don't know. That's a good one. I don't know. I haven't tried the Starbucks.
Starbucks,
I
bro.
usually when I go into Starbucks, I go get my drink and I sit down and I'm working on something.
Because
So-
I just thought about it. Because it's like Starbucks. Usually, when you see a female in there, she like I don't know,
Focused.
yeah, focused. And then Starbucks is more of like a kind of
A work environment?
a work environment that people like to go to. So I mean,
Well, let me
I
tell
just
you,
don't know.
as a person that used to spend hours upon hours in Starbucks daily, and actually I was there recently, I literally had a guy sitting like not even a foot from like my hips, like a black guy, and he like kept looking at me and
a
kept
black
kind of
guy.
like,
the fuck was that about?
what? Well, some Starbucks, the way the seats are set up, they're just close.
Okay. No, I was talking about the black guy comment, but go ahead.
Well, he
Some
wasn't
black
white.
guy.
I'm just telling
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I'm giving you context.
Okay,
bro.
go
Somebody
ahead.
that probably should have hollered this.
All right. I got
why
it.
you ain't holler?
I don't know, but what I'm saying is, it seems to be the type of environment where it could be people all over the place, But this dude, I felt like that was the time for him to shoot his shot. Like literally, if I would have like extended my arm, I would have hit him, and he didn't say nothing.
You know what? I get tired of this.
Here goes the rant.
If you females want to be liberated
You
and all of
females.
this, or women want to have that mentality where you feel like you're bold and beyond yourself, what's wrong with shooting your shot? If a man like
Nothing's wrong with
if
it.
you see a man
Nothing's wrong with
and he may be a little shy and he give you that look and you looking back, why don't somebody
Why
say
doesn't
if he don't-
he?
if
Why
don't-
doesn't he?
Because that's what's expected. This about the era of not doing what's expected anymore. So
Oh, now you're gonna flip it. Why
yeah,
couldn't he holler at
why
me?
not? Why not? We flip
Why
it.
couldn't
Why
he
not? We
holler
flip
at
it.
me?
Y'all want to be liberated and all that kind of mess. Y'all got to come through
Yeah.
on all sectors and
I feel what
avenues.
he's
So if
saying.
you,
Liberation.
I
so
feel what
so
he's saying.
so in that case, I feel like you should have been like, yeah, what's good?
with
Like,
the current climate how it is with
You mean
women
Atlanta?
not
Yes.
with women not wanting to be approached in a way like men can
Y'all
genuinely
scared.
and especially me,
they can really be they can be scared on
Scared.
approaching women because your response could lead to
Stop being scary.
I mean, it ain't about being scared. You
That's
get
about
arrested
shit.
I
for
think they
street
are.
harassment. So
I'm not saying come hit me upside the head. Speaking is not gonna.
That
make
ain't
me
hitting-
feel-
nah,
Bruh.
street harassment is coming up to
this is the
somebody
era
and
where you can
hollering.
say anything to a female. She can take it however she wants to, even if that's not the context that
How
you
I'ma
mean.
take
it in.
hello? How are you?
I don't know. You might
It
take
can
that.
be well. I don't. Why are you talking to me? Because I didn't want you to come into my space.
Y'all jumping out the boat now.
No,
I'm really not,
no.
though. That's-
You have to
that's
think
really
like that.
the-
Exactly.
But either way, I feel what C
The
coming
next
from
guy
on
that's
that.
sitting within a foot of me, I'm
You gonna
holler at
speak
him.
to.
Say something
Okay.
at
So let
least,
y'all know
man.
how it go.
Try that. Yeah. Sometimes you women, man.
You women, how about you men?
the fellas,
But that's normal though. Like I'm always supposed to be the person that's supposed to go. Why
So
don't we
do
change
it.
it up?
So do it.
Why don't we change it up
So do it.
sometimes? Why don't we change it up?
Because in
sometimes?
that moment you missed your shot because you ain't say
She missed
shit.
her shot. I ain't missed mine.
We
Shit.
both missed our
Ooh. Hey guys, know your value, please.
no doubt.
And we know ours.
What are the?
You should recognize this queen in your presence.
I mean,
Right.
I don't know.
It's so many queens out here.
Nah,
it's
no,
hard.
they're not.
Man,
It's hard.
let's on that social media platform, Ray. Tell us about DM techniques, bro.
Yeah.
DM techniques. Oh man, for me, man, one of my go-to in life, pretty much,
Oh, Lord.
in breaking down, that
Just the
communication wall.
DM, bruh.
Just breaking down the communication wall is always gonna be humor. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? With a woman, it's easy.
But
Just approach.
But
okay,
what
I
exactly
was
would you say?
I was talking to somebody last night.
What y'all was
Or-
talking about?
Was that last
Siri?
night? That was one of them days.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to understand like what girls go through. Their point of view as far as sliding the DMs.
Right.
Because once you understand their point of view, then damn, I only do that. That's what lame
Okay.
niggas do.
Right.
So she said that the number one thing, some of the few tips that she follows or red alerts that she like, hell nah. If a guy come in talking about hey beautiful,
Oh yeah,
Yep.
off rip.
Bomb.
Nah, that's
No.
if it's she said if it's late at night, that's a no go.
Bomb.
So it got to be during the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she just said you gotta be yourself, but not corny.
Bomb.
And I guess from you, I took that you try to be funny. You gotta let the guard down. But it's hard. It's hard to do that when
You
you
gotta
don't
find
know.
the
depends.
balance.
When you don't know the people. My thing is
Yeah.
I don't like trying to internet date because they don't get a feel of your personality and who you really are.
But if they
Like-
want to, they will. If they see your message, they may not respond. They're gonna scroll through your page,
Yup.
see what you into, and
What
if
type
she
of shit
feeling
you
you, I'm gonna say what
posting.
she gonna do. She gonna come back. Well, me, I would like. Just say you hit me up, whatever you say, trying to get at me right in my DMs. I've never seen before. I never heard of your page is unlocked. That's the key. Make sure your page is unlocked.
Yeah, I don't.
And then
I
I'm
was
gonna
telling
go
you
through your
that.
page and I'm gonna find something. If I'm interested in responding, I'm gonna find something like, oh, okay, I see in this picture you traveled to Paris. How was that? You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You have to do it
I
like
mean,
that.
and that's another.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna say I always open it up with a joke or some shit because
You gotta
that's
warm up
corny.
to
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I just use my humor as a tool to build that relationship, but I'm
Right.
not gonna open it up and be like and start with a joke. Nah, you
So
don't
like
do that.
for
That's
instance,
corny.
like
got
if
you.
I was a chick that responded
Okay.
and said something about Paris, you could have been like, "Dang, you stalking my page." You get what I'm saying? Like that's a way to not what I just said, but that's a way to
Okay.
be funny. Like
Okay,
you know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
you.
Like however your
I
version.
get what
Like
you're saying.
Well,
dang.
I brought wife number 2 to Paris.
Okay, don't say that. Don't
You
say
know what I'm
that.
saying? Nah, but
Okay,
you
okay.
know,
No, because she
gotta
gonna
lighten
think you
the
really on
mood.
some
Yeah,
polygamy
you gotta
shit.
you gotta lighten the
I
mood.
think that's very important. Like, don't make it too heavy. Like, don't make me feel like you do this shit 10 times a day. Don't make it that light, but don't make it so heavy where it's like, I done had dudes send me a damn thesis. Like, bruh, you expect me to read all this shit.
Yeah, I got a homie that be doing that. He be deep into it, but I like.
I
you know,
appreciate death, but you can't come in the gate like that. Like, you gotta find your balance.
because how I think this is why I don't like sliding DMs and I don't do it
because you're scared.
No, it's not even about me being scared, but it's my perception that if it's a good looking girl, her IG popping, hundreds of niggas every time she posts is in her DM. So
Not necessarily.
but I'll be looking like, I'll be like, damn, she probably just scrolled through. Cause you see girls on Snapchat and
You
story
can't think about the other dudes. You gotta think about you.
But what's gonna set me aside? Because I feel like it's some dude that's gonna probably be saying the same
Nah,
shit.
man.
If it's 100
Don't
different
think
niggas,
like that.
That
Don't
speaks
even
to your
think
own
like that.
securities then, because you can't worry about them. Even if it is 100 dudes in her DMs, you gotta either one, make a way for yourself to stand out, or two, just know that you're gonna stand out because of who you are. And if you don't, then fuck
It's
her.
but
gonna be
she
like,
don't.
bruh.
But my thing is, she don't even know who I am. So
But-
like, what's
Make
going?
her know.
But see, it's gonna be like that in person.
But it's different because she
A
get
woman-
a feel of your vibe right there.
I
You
get
get
it.
what I'm saying?
Nah, I get it, but it's gonna be like that in person too. Like they have multiple
But
options.
he feels like he
you
has
got.
an edge in person. That's what he's saying because of the vibe.
Understood.
But on
Understood.
DMs, you don't get that. It's just like words,
You
and they
gotta know how to use
they
them.
see your IG, but it's like
You gotta know how to use
Hey.
them.
She right. You got to know how to
Use
use
the
the
words.
words, man.
Because that's all you got, literally.
And again, it's not about attacking off of that. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
off of thinking I'm trying to talk to her. Let me talk about some of the shit you posted or
Find a
an IG
common
story that you
ground,
just
like
left.
I said.
Like,
Like
okay.
I'm really good at
That's
that.
the
Like
easiest.
finding, like especially when I've had to reach out to like so-called like celebrities or like known people that I know is thousands of people at them. I've been successful because I know how to find that common ground, like you said. Like not on some dating shit, but like professionally, whatever.
what type of videos you be sending them?
I don't see no videos. What you talk about? I didn't even know videos could be recorded.
Oh,
really.
shit.
But what I'm saying is, you're very right in saying finding that common ground, finding something that's gonna make them actually pay attention. If you just say, "Hey, hi, what's up?" I hate that shit, and don't ever send me a DM talking about WYD or HRU. I hate that shit. Like
You
for
already
what
know.
you're doing,
You already
how are
know.
you? That is so lazy. Like, dude, stop doing that. Especially if we've never had a conversation before. Even if we have conversed, that's so lazy. Like with text these days, like you can just automatically make that shit pop up, right? Like you type a H, how
Yeah.
gonna pop up? Like you don't have to type HOW. Do not send me acronym ass messages. So that's the main way for you to get blocked and unfollowed, and for me not to respond. That's just my tip.
I'm taking notes, man.
I hate that. So, all right, we talked about DMs. What are the worst places to try and holler at
The
somebody?
fucking gym,
Man,
man. This
Go
is
ahead.
why I don't go to the gym, man.
Why?
I can't.
That's a main
because
place.
no, it's not because
No.
I don't
number
think so.
number one, it's like so cliche. Like you,
But
go
you
to the
get
gym.
to see their body. You get to see
I don't
if
give a
they
fuck about that. Half of the
strong.
women that be in there just be trying to make their little YouTube videos, so they don't really be working out anyway.
Really?
Then I'm at the point, like
You
I
must go to
said, I
LA
have this
Fitness.
mindset once again. Yeah, if it's a girl, she working out, all the dudes trying to approach her at the same time. So it's like, by the time somebody else or me come into it, it's like,
Stop worrying about
Well,
the other dude.
but it's like that
you gotta
shit
think
already
of it.
used,
Nah, see,
bro.
well,
That
but
shit
you gotta
used.
also think a lot of men think like you as well. So there's a lot of missed opportunities. that she may-
Exactly.
Like there's a lot of men who say the same thing you say, and they don't get approached at all.
But then, I also, yeah, I get what you're saying. And then, like I said, I think it's cliche. I don't want to go to the gym and then be like, I'm gonna talk to her about
Fuck
shit. I want to work on my
cliche.
workout.
Who
You feel what I'm saying?
cares?
But it's like,
Situational players.
Right.
Look. There's no
Players.
worse. Look, I give you worse places because of maybe certain characteristics, but there is no
There's
worse
always
place.
an exception.
There's always an opportunity. So when looking at a woman at a gym, you look at her abs tight and on
We ain't
point.
looking at
Hey,
ass,
you know
we looking
what
at
type
ass.
of what type
Like
of
ass.
what type of
ASS, not
what type of
ABS.
routine do you do to get your abs like that?
It's coming back to
What
the
do you
same
eat?
shit.
You know what I'm
find a
saying?
common
Like,
interest.
yeah, you just got to build off shit
get
on
it.
that's going
And
around.
make
It's
sure
like
she's
she
not
already-
like on the ass machine or some like some machine where her legs are gapped. That's what you
Or
don't.
you see her popping ass on the step machine. I done seen that. It was a woman who was probably in her 50s shaking her ass.
Make
on the
sure
little
she's like in a
Right.
nice, comfortable position, like not exposed like the treadmill, maybe doing upper body, and it can't be too exposed, like because she gonna feel like you a pervert if you approach her while she in some type of compromised position.
Understood.
What's another bad place to holler at somebody?
The club.
I don't agree.
I agree with myself. The club, because it's noisy as fuck.
Fuck, yeah, I was just about to say
So
that.
you screaming, it
you
take
like,
me out of my flow. Is I'm calm and collected.
You trying to use
flow.
that Barry White
So
on
I
their ass,
don't-
that's why.
Yeah, I can't
And I'm not loud
communicate
either
with
as
you.
well. I got what you're saying.
Most of
in the
y'all do
club.
talk low. You're right.
Yeah, I can't communicate with you.
But
And
if
she like,
you
what you
loud
say?
voice,
What you
nigga,
say?
It could work for you.
I mean, even in my loud voice, I'm able to pick up my tone. You know what I'm saying? You can
what's
hear
the
what I'm
problem?
saying, but nah, just the screaming and the
why
having
you
to
pull
talking
over
and
into a
everything going on.
corner.
Nah,
yeah,
it's too much
I got what
going
you're
on. The
saying.
club it's never been my place.
Really? What's another bad place to holler at
And
somebody?
it depends on the intent of the woman who's there. So she may not be there for a relationship. You may be approaching for a relationship with this woman. She may be there just to have fun. She might want to just slide home with somebody, but she don't take you too serious because the club, you don't take
you
people
saying every
serious
woman in
in
the club want to just slide home
No,
with
I ain't
somebody.
saying everybody.
a lot
but
of
just some
women
of them, yeah.
who at the club and men, they not to be taken serious about a relationship, to be honest.
Another bad place, I think, to holler at somebody, the doctor's office. If you see a dude or a chick at the doctor's
You mean the
office,
free clinic?
especially the free clinic. I mean, I just don't think
my
that's the best
God.
time.
Baby,
feel
I know
like,
you look like they patched up your kidneys right there. But let me just holler at you real quick. Nah.
Or they may be coming to get some shit tested, which I promote. Like, make sure you know your status on everything.
But for
Take
you,
care of your penises, take care of your vaginas. But I just feel like it's not the place and time to try and holler.
Rule of thumb, if they got an IV in, you probably don't want to talk to them in that moment.
Come on, man.
I say go to the cancer clinic, man. There's a lot of women who ain't got time to waste.
Oh,
Right there for you.
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Please excuse Raven.
that was a good. I like that, bro. But on a serious note, yeah,
The cancer clinic, my G.
yeah, bro.
That's a fucked
They more
up joke.
they
I
more
apologize.
appreciative of life
That's-
as well too. So I mean, you
that's
might have a
taking
good
it too
have a
far.
good time, you know. Hey,
I think one of the best places, especially here in Atlanta, there's always like retreats and like shit where like professionals come together for conferences. I think that's a great place to meet people. Like hotels that have conferences
so
or
you
like
just show up to the hotel.
they have bars and stuff.
Shit.
I mean, yeah, but because there's always break time. I actually heard this on I think Funky Dineva.
Put your little dress, business casual on.
Yeah, like you
Pull up.
dress, like you have
Pull
to
up.
be strategic in your shit sometimes. So let's just say it's like the Lawyer Association. They have an annual conference at like the W, right?
Okay.
So you look up their itinerary. Let's just say they start at 9 a.m., they end at 5 p.m. You see they have a break at 12. You get to the hotel at like 11:30. You go
KB
to the
plotting,
bar.
boy.
You chill and you put yourself in space and opportunity to meet the lawyers at the lawyer conference. I'm giving y'all a free game. That's how it go. Or if they have like some spot they all go eat at that's like in the same vicinity or a hotel they stay at, maybe you do want to chill in the lobby like that evening.
You
like,
giving gold digger tips right now.
ain't no gold digger. I mean, maybe there are some that would do the same shit, but maybe I
That do sound like some
just
female
like
shit.
a professional man, and this is actually a breeding grounds of a whole bunch of professional ass men. So I'm gonna put myself where I want to like level up, where I want to be.
Yeah. So
Ain't
you
nothing
go
wrong
to the
with that.
spot where a lot of, influential people go to.
Right. Or if your thing is like you like a muscular man, find out what bodybuilding conventions are going on, fitness conventions. You could go to that hotel or that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think outside
That's
the box.
good game.
Putting in that
I
footwork,
never
though.
thought about that.
Putting in that
It's
research.
crazy that you thought about that, but
I knew you was gonna throw fucking shade.
That is.
So
That's wild.
I mean, just to throw out another worst place, man. Fellas, I need y'all to stop
What?
approaching women when they working at retail or
What you
food
mean?
spots.
Food spots, no.
Ooh.
Because a lot of times you confuse their customer service, them being friendly.
Shout out
You know what I'm saying?
shout out to Twin Peaks, shout out to Hooters.
I love
You
Twin Peaks.
confuse them
Ooh, boy.
just doing a good job, customer service or your waiter, with them giving you some type of vibe, and you
They
shoot
trying
your
to get
shot,
them
and
tips,
they
man.
just trying to work, bro. So a lot of times I would say, with the confusion of, confusing the message of the two, I would say don't holler at women at their job.
Yeah.
When they working, you can holler on
So
them.
what about workplace where y'all work at? You can shoot a shot in the
That's a
workplace.
little bit different because that's a
It
call
depends.
center.
See,
In a call
I don't work in a call center.
Okay.
It's a corporate building. No, but seriously, like I think it depends. Like at our place of employment, there's a lot of like congregational spaces. Like
so it
some
depends
places,
at where you work at.
right? Like
Okay.
some places you just got your desk and then when you come in at. But we have like places with TVs, places to go eat, sit, chill. So I feel like if you in one of those places where I'm not on a call, I'm not handling literal business, I'm just on my lunch or whatever.
But
on my
don't
break.
that kind of make it awkward when you work with the person and they shoot their shot and they go wrong
It
Oh,
just
yeah.
depends. Like, if
it
you work
every
in
day.
an intimate environment, like we're gonna see each other every day, then yeah, because if the shit go left, it goes left.
That's why I
but
don't
if
like
it's
shooting
like
in the
where we work,
workplace,
where
man.
it's hundreds
I
of
can't.
people, it's multiple buildings, maybe even thousands of people, like
You don't have
then
to see that
You don't have
person.
to see them. You can work on another floor, and I would never see you the way I should have set up. But if you on my team or on my floor, I'm gonna tread lightly because that shit can go way left.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
yeah, maybe that's a good and bad place to try and like meet somebody.
Don't shoot your shot at work if y'all work close to each other.
Right. So anything else y'all want to give the people some tips before we wrap this
I mean,
thing up?
we ain't go through all the worst places. Y'all ain't got. Y'all
I
ain't
just really
more
got
to
the
shoot
gym. I
through.
really don't even have no more, man.
No more.
Because, like you said, you make your opportunity. You
yeah,
make shit
exactly.
work.
I mean, that's me though. Everybody ain't me.
Oh my God. But you're right though. Like, because sometimes maybe when she is working, that is a cool place. And maybe sometimes in the club you will find your wife. There's always exceptions. I believe your vibe and the way you do shit is everything.
Exactly. That's true.
Like, I could have a dude approach me in the most official way and I'd be like, what the fuck? Or I could have another dude approach me in a club where it was not supposed to happen and I'd be like, wow, like he really stood out to me. So it's all in how you do it.
I think you find your mate when you find your purpose anyway. When you start
Lord.
moving
We just
into.
talk about places to hook up.
I'm just, don't force it because ultimately,
Ever.
if you
Ever.
working like how we do, out and about, you may meet your future wife, see, or you may meet your future husband while we working.
I've been praying for it, man. I hope I do one
Yes,
day.
prayer.
One day, man.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know. And not to say I want y'all to listen to this show and think we like so big on like, oh, you gotta find somebody, because I think it's perfectly fine when you about that single life, but I think it's also cool to have a strategy.
No, it ain't.
That single life
When-
ain't what it
Nobody want to be lonely,
But
bro.
I mean, you gotta make the best of where you are, right? So as usual, make sure you guys follow us on all of our platforms. We have something super like dope this week, we think. So we are looking for someone to feature on one of our shows. We love talking to each other, but we want to talk to y'all too here in the Back Talk studio. So what we ask, if you want to be featured on a future Back Talk podcast episode, you want to follow us on all of our platforms, meaning our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter. We are going to check that you followed all three platforms. And the final piece is you need to make a post on IG, whatever that looks like, with the hashtag BackTalk and let us know that you want to be on a show. So again, follow all three platforms, make a post on IG, hashtag it, and DM us and let us know you are interested. And those who have met all those requirements, we will review it and bring you on the show. So we'll be looking out for that. And just to let you know, the time period you can do this between is from January the 30th until February the 15th. So you have about 2 weeks to do so. January the 30th until February the 15th, you can make the post and join us here at Back Talk Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. We out.
Peace.